Right, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Dr. Amanda here. For those of you that don't know, I am a doctor working here in the UK, specifically in the West Midlands. So I used to do quite a lot of vlogs a few months ago, a lot of day in the life vlogs, but we've had a bit of a busy time, and so I'm getting back to it now. I'm at work at the moment, and so you can probably hear a bit of buzzing around in the background in the corridors, because the clinic has just opened and it's time to get going. But if you guys haven't seen any of my previous videos, last week I announced that I'm pregnant. Oh, it might have been 2 weeks ago actually now. But my first trimester has been really difficult, to the point where I had to do a lot of working from home, and also taking some time off and doing reduced hours. But first trimester's over now. I'm still not 100% back to normal, but I am feeling much better. And so this week is my first week coming back to work, doing my full-time normal hours, in practice as well. And so it's been a bit of a transition. And so this morning, getting up, getting Isabella ready, packing everything, getting her dropped off at my parents, and then coming to work, it was just too hectic for me to record, but we can start now that I'm here at work. Today we've got 2 clinics, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. They are mainly telephone appointments, but I've got so far, how many face-to-face? So far there's only 2 people booked in face-to-face, but as I go through the appointments, people might need to come in, and so we'll just see how it goes. And I've also got training today, domestic violence training. So that should be interesting, but let's get to it because it is now 4 minutes to 9 and I need to get started. It's 4 minutes to 9 and here's my bottle of water that I need to drink. As you can see, at 9 o'clock I should be here, and so I'm not doing that great right now, but that's all right. Remember guys to hydrate if you don't feel lightheaded, so your body can function, all of that. But yeah, let's get going. Of course, the computer's having a struggle morning. That's helpful. Urgh.
Hello?
Hi, it's Dr. Chisholm here, one of the GPs. Just calling for your appointment. Hello. Could I start by taking your date of birth, please? How can I help today?
I've got a UTI.
Right, so that's morning clinic finished, and I'm just, well, it was half a clinic because I've got training later on today. I have 3 face-to-faces coming in the next 10 minutes, and so I'm going to try and use this time to do some of our admin list. So although we've got normal booked appointments throughout the day, we have different queries, requests for sick notes, medications, outside of like normal medication fulfillments, just lots of stuff that come in, and so it gets put onto this thing called our admin list, and then one of the doctors go through it for the day, and so that's what I'm doing now. So let's have a look. Okay, so yeah, it's also where we look at clinic letters. So if you've had a hospital appointment or any kind of other non-GP appointment and they want to communicate something to us, they send us a letter, and this is when we read it and do what needs to be done. So let's see what I can do in 10 minutes. Right, so this first person is a teenager who was seen at the mental health team. It's called CAMS, Child and Adolescent Mental Health. And I think they're requesting some medication, so let's see. Okay, so this is somebody with ADHD-like symptoms and autism that is going on to some ADHD medication. And it's just for that to go into his repeat, nice and simple. So this is a very tedious task that we sometimes get from pharmacies, and it's because a lot of pharmacists, they can actually request the medications for patients, and so they need little things tweaking to their prescriptions. And so this person needs to have their prescriptions to be sent in lots of 4s, but right now we have it in lots of 3s. And so I've got to go through each individual one and change the instructions, which is very long, but and when the computer's being slow, as NHS computers like to be, it can be a bit tedious, but that's okay. Sorry guys, it's not very exciting to watch, but sometimes I get requests for things that I just don't know. So somebody has a new type of glucose machine for the diabetic, and they need the test strips and the lancet, so the little needles to go along with it that match the machine. And when I typed in the brand of the machine into the prescription, they don't have the testing strips, and so now I've got to find what testing strips go with that machine. So sometimes these tasks just take longer than they need to. Oh. Okay. I found Right guys, I'm back. I don't know why I feel so awkward vlogging today. It's been so long since I've done a vlog that I just feel a bit trying to get back into it, so bear with me. But what have we done so far? I think I was going through admin with you. I did my face-to-face appointments. They were all skin things, which was, you sometimes get these patterns. So we had a mole and a couple of women who were having some dry skin, a bit of eczema. So those are sorted. And then I had a really interesting training session. It was about domestic violence. I think I mentioned it earlier, and it actually ended up being just me and the trainer. It was a one-on-one session, and we were talking for about an hour and a half, hour and 45. And it was just, we talked, it was mainly to kind of educate the GPs about the referral pathway and what help is out there for people with domestic violence. But for the first part of it, we were just speaking about domestic violence, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to talk to you a little bit about domestic violence, just briefly, because I have got another clinic that I need to start probably 5 minutes ago. But domestic violence is abuse. Yeah, so domestic violence is abuse between someone that you have a relationship with, and usually within the same household. And so you don't have to live in the household now, but it usually needs to be a relationship, so such as a partner, an ex-partner, or it needs to be some kind of familial connection. So that may be between children and parents, adult children and parents, or something like that. Between siblings, that would be still classed as domestic violence. And it can be all types of abuse. It isn't just physical abuse. It can be controlling behaviours, emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, so much to it. And it's so crazy to know what the statistics are out there. In the city that I'm working in the last year, there's been 11 murders from domestic violence. And often it can be difficult sometimes to pick up on it because it's not the easiest thing for people to disclose and talk about. And once you're actually having like the physical signs of domestic violence, black eyes and broken arms and things, it's often gotten to, there's usually been a long pattern going on and a long history of abuse that people have been suffering. Something that I learned today as well is that coercive controlling abuse, actually the risk of death and murder from that type of abuse is higher than any other type of abuse. And sometimes the first physical abuse that can happen in those relationships is a murder. And so if we're just looking out for people that have these bruises and black eyes and all of that, we're going to miss so many people that are struggling. And I've learned loads about so much of the help that is out there. And just in my city alone, there is a lot of help that's out there. It's difficult to prosecute and get somebody convicted for domestic violence, it is. But to actually get the help that you individually need, when you disclose it, there's a lot of help out there. And so I just want to encourage any of you to please tell somebody. Maybe come to your doctors, go to the police, whatever. Just tell somebody if you feel that you're in an abusive relationship or a abusive home situation. It's really important that we know. And it's important that we protect our women. It's 1 in 4 women will be a victim of domestic violence, which is just such an insane number. And so it's important to know about. So please, if you're struggling, if you're suffering from it, talk to somebody, talk to your doctor today, because there's a lot that we can do to help. And to those people that are around people, your friends, your family, if there's anything that you're concerned about, ask them, ask your friends, your family, and those of you that have patients as well, just ask the question, how are things at home? And you can never force someone to tell you or disclose things, but you can give them the opportunity. So yeah, I just thought it was a really important topic and I wanted to mention it. And also to remind everyone as well, there is Clare's Law, which is a law that came out in 2009 after somebody called Claire, I can't remember her last name now, but she was murdered by her former boyfriend at the time. And her dad basically thought that if she knew his history, she may have been able to steer clear of him. And he had a history of domestic violence, a history that was logged with the police. And so now anybody can ask for the domestic violence history of anybody. It usually needs to be the partner or the person or someone that's actually got some interest, so a third party. It could be a friend, a doctor, a family member. But new partners or people that you're concerned about, that you want to start a relationship with, you can go to the police and you can ask for Clare's Law and to be told if they have any domestic violence past. So that's something to really use as well.
Message!
Anyway, now that I've said all of that, it's time to get started for the afternoon. Let's see what we've got. Chest infection, hearing and backache, mental health, medication review, some results, referral for operation, piles, constipation, tonsillitis, some wheezing and coughing, sounds like a chest infection, some arm pain for several weeks, chest infection, and finally, something that I need some pictures to see, something wrong with someone's feet. So quite a bit of variety, but it is getting into the winter months and lots of people are getting so many infections, and so that's a lot of what I'm doing this afternoon. But yeah, I managed to eat dinner whilst on my training, like eat my lunch whilst I'm training, and I switched my camera off and I was trying to chew like really silently. And I actually managed to go through all my lab reports and the admin list in that time as well. So perfect. But yeah, let's get started. Take care. Guys, I completely forgot I was vlogging today. I ran late with work, so I finished half an hour late and I just had to rush and get Izzy from my mum's. I was actually going to record at my mum's, but I just threw in the car. Mommy! Somebody wants to say hi. It's Which one? This one. You want this? No. What do you want? This one. This? Yeah. You got to eat first. Okay. So yeah, we're having dinner. Can you say hello? Oh, okay. Anyway, I'll catch you up in a bit. Today I was supposed to do a live with Black Female Doctors UK on Instagram, but the other guest and the host are both sick, so I've actually got a bit of a chill evening. Don't touch. Anyway, Raf made dinner today. He made a gnocchi bone. I want to show you it. It's really good. Raf, it's been a while since we vlogged. Yeah, Daddy's got a drink as well.
You want me to have my drink?
Yeah.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hilarious. So, Raf,
Yeah.
how are you? It's been a while since we've done a little day in the life vlog, a normal home day.
Yeah, except it hasn't been a normal home day, has it?
No, it hasn't. Okay, so Raf, he had an operation. Look at his little boo-boo. Where's your boo-boo?
Yeah. Can I have the drink, please? Thank you.
Toddlers. Are you eating up? Yeah,
What's he
no.
wet with?
Fork.
How did the fork get wet, is it?
Oh, Isabella started doing this thing where she just decides to spit out some of her drink just for the bants. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so Raf's hurt his arm. Well, not his hurt his arm. He's had an operation, so he is, as you can see, he's getting there, but it still hurts for him to like hold stuff and.
Yeah, so I haven't had any painkillers today. I haven't had painkillers for a while because
Why?
Because it's okay now. But then obviously when I start using it, that's when it starts to hurt.
Yeah, you're doing work today, so that obviously aggravated it. But anyway, so he's being a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah,
Without the child,
which is easy.
because he's still got childcare.
Yes, baby.
She started saying dad and mum as a joke.
It's dark.
It's dark. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to show you what Raf made for dinner. He went to the food shop today. He made dinner for us. We love to see it. Oh, it's this gnocchi bake. And honestly, it's so good that I'm going to have some more. Maybe have some painkillers now.
What?
Because you're in pain?
It's not pain, it's just discomfort.
Weirdo.
Our next guest is a fabulous actress you know and love from Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol, Baggage Claim, and Jumping the Broom. Now she's the star of BET Plus's new show, Sacrifice. Please welcome our girl, Paula Patton.
Boom.
Boom.